Most people are born with six senses. And most people, majority of people, are either afraid to use their sixth sense or they've never even thought of using it. Or they've used it and just didn't realize it was a sense. That is the sense of intuition. Most people have that. You know how when you first meet someone and something about them is not right, something's not adding up, something makes us feel suspicious of them, or something makes us feel right at home with someone that we just met. Or we may set out to do something and have a feeling we shouldn't do it, or have a feeling we shouldn't be there. That's intuition, and we all have it. Now, to tap into intuition to predict an outcome, that's a whole nother thing. And it does take practice, but it can be done. If you're interested in developing your intuition to do a psychic reading, either for a friend or even for yourself, it can be done. It just takes practice. This is my first video teaching you how to tap in to that intuition and to use it to help your friends and help yourself have some fun. Use it for entertainment purposes at first. One exercise I like to teach people is to pretend you're in a forest or you're somewhere and there's possible danger around. I don't know how much danger could be in a forest, but pretend you're somewhere where there's danger. And there's this strange creature that wants to devour you. They're coming after you. In your mind's eye, try to escape. Except the only way to escape this creature is a piece of fruit or a shape or a number. And that will rev up your intuition to get away from this creature and to see a certain number. So to make it clear, if there's a certain thing that you want to see, that you want revealed, say a number, you turn the scenario into a scenario where you need your intuition to figure it out. If in real life you are standing in line getting ready to play a lottery number, well, you turn that scenario into a life-threatening event in your mind. I've got to have these numbers. These numbers have to come to me in order for me to survive this catastrophe. Or I need these numbers for whatever reason in your mind, for whatever reason that would allow you to survive a situation. You kickstart that intuition. That's just one exercise that you can do. And sometimes it takes a little time. You have to build this up. If you're not used to using your intuition and you're not used to depending on that, it would take some time to trust the process, to understand it, and to implement that process. So that's the first step. Tapping into your intuition, knowing what it is. And it is that part within us that we use to survive every day. Another exercise I'd like to tell you about is the ability to have empathy for someone else. Someone is going through a situation in their lives, and we can't necessarily relate to what they're going through. We can take their situation in our heart and we can understand. We can empathize. In order to give a proper reading to someone, you have to have the ability to empathize with them. Another thing is you have to have the ability to not care. At the same time, you empathize, you have to have the ability to just, as they say, put the cards on the table and let them fall where they may. So when you begin a reading, you want to be able to remain neutral as to what the outcome is going to be. As in the case of Kanika Jenkins, I gave a reading, a video. I put a video on here about that situation with her, and I got a tremendous amount of hate and negative comments because everyone had this opinion, or most people had this opinion, what had happened to her. Well, I approached that situation neutral, completely neutral, as neutral as I could anyway, and I had empathy for her situation, her family, for her, what happened to her. But at the same time, I had to really detach myself to get an answer. Not what I wanted to hear, not what I wanted to know, not what I thought, but what my intuition thought, what my intuition came up with. So that's just an example of you can't always get the results from a reading that you want. Let your intuition tell you what the answer is. Don't jump in there and say, "Oh, I want this to happen." Does he love me? You read the tarot cards. Ah, yes, he does, because that's what you want the answer to be. The hardest part is to remain neutral in a reading. It takes practice, but it can be done. So, for right now, those are the things I'm going to leave you with to practice. Practice tapping into your intuition. Excuse me. Turn it into a game. Just practice. I'm in some sort of danger, and I need my intuition to help me out, to get me out of this danger. Just kind of run the scenario in your head, and also practice having more empathy for people and the struggles that they may have, or in the struggles that they may have in the future or have had in the past. Just try to feel for the next person, but at the same time, gotta kind of keep a healthy distance. Just like a doctor or a nurse, they want the best for you, but they use certain tools to test to see what is wrong with you, to get a diagnosis. Well, it's very similar to that. You want to have empathy for people, but you want to approach the situation neutral. I don't know either way how this is going to turn out. I'll let the cards show. I'll let my intuition show how this will turn out. So, I hope this helps. I'll be making more videos this month, the month of October, teaching you how to give a reading. It can be done and it's fun, but one warning, once you open your third eye, so to speak, you can't close it. It doesn't close back. You cannot unsee it. This is Liz. This is Tomorrow Again. I hope you have the best day possible. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your day. Thank you.